Boulder's top stories this week. City Council makes important decisions regarding the XL franchise agreement. New medical marijuana requirements take effect. The Regional Fire Training Center opens. And Boulder Hydro celebrates its 100th birthday. Hi, I'm Andrew Barth. This week, City Council decided to take more time to explore ways the city could achieve its clean energy future, voting 6-2 with one member absent not to place a renewed 20-year franchise for XL Energy on the ballot this November. The franchise is a legal document that spells out the utility's ability to access the city's rights-of-way for the purpose of providing gas and electricity to Boulder residents and businesses. The agreement XL had requested would have lasted 20 years. City Manager Jane Brodigham and the majority of council members said they believe that 20 years is too long given the changes that are taking place in the energy industry. The Boulder community has repeatedly shown that it supports moving towards more renewable energy sources like wind and solar, and the city wants to take time to explore the best ways to achieve its clean energy goals. This may include a franchise later on, or it may include a variety of other options. XL will be required to continue to provide gas and electricity to Boulder customers, so the decisions to go out of franchise will have no impact on energy services. However, the decision could have significant financial consequences. Under the franchise, XL collects a 3% fee from its ratepayers and passes that money on to the city's general fund. This revenue, which has averaged about $4.1 million a year over the past 3 years, is used to pay for core services, including police, fire, libraries, parks, human services, and public works. To offset this lost revenue, Council is likely to ask voters to approve an occupation tax on XL Energy. The tax would be for $4.1 million, the same amount as the yearly franchise fee. It is expected that XL would pass this cost on to its consumers, just as it does the franchise fee. This measure, which would last 5 years, would keep the city's budget whole without putting any new financial burden on Boulder residents and business owners. The first reading of the new tax was passed unanimously by City Council this week. The potential ballot issue will now head to Council for a second reading and a vote on Tuesday, August 17th. Turn to us for more coverage of this issue in the weeks to come, or visit the Energy Future page on the city's website. In other news, the city has begun processing licenses for new and existing medical marijuana businesses. The requirements, which took effect Monday, are spelled out in Chapter 6-14 of the Boulder Revised Code. Under the rules, new medical marijuana businesses that were not operating before Monday, August 2nd must obtain a license before they be allowed to open. Businesses that were open prior to August 2nd are also required to apply for a license. Those that existed before August 2nd, but were not operating in compliance with the code that existed on June 17th, when Council took up the issue, have until Tuesday, August 31st, to submit an application for a license. Medical marijuana businesses that were operating on June 17th and were in compliance with all laws and regulations at that time have until Sunday, October 31st, to submit their application. Under City Code, medical marijuana business licenses are required for any business that involves medical marijuana, not just retail dispensaries. A new medical marijuana business application center has been set up on the first floor of the municipal building at 1777 Broadway and is open during normal city business hours. Applications, instructions, checklists, comment forms, and FAQs can be found on the city's website. Speaking of new city facilities, the Boulder Fire Department and several other local agencies officially dedicated the new Boulder Regional Fire Training Center on July 26th.
This is a significant day for the fire service here in Boulder County. This is an amazing facility, and it's here to serve the over 600 firefighters that serve the communities here in the county.
This fire training center is a great addition to our Boulder City and Boulder County community.
As Mayor said, training's critical to the services we provide. These services are more complex every year, and it's essential for our firefighters to train before an emergency strikes.
We hope that it's the start of a new era in training and firefighter safety in Boulder County.
The state-of-the-art training center will give crews throughout Boulder County hands-on, realistic opportunities to train for emergencies close to the communities they serve. The site includes a classroom and administration building, a training tower, and a burn building. Specific locations were designed for extrication training, propane fire scenarios, attic and garage simulations, and rappelling practice. The burn building allows firefighters to experience actual fires that burn more cleanly and with less pollution than older training facilities. The center was constructed over the last year on city-owned property located just east of the Boulder Reservoir. It will be used by the City Fire Department as well as more than 20 county and volunteer departments that serve all of Boulder County. The facility is the first ground-up project constructed by the city to achieve Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, or LEED Gold certification, which is due in large part to a lighting design that reduces energy consumption, the use of local construction materials, and an emphasis on water efficiency. The $5.8 million facility replaces the old facility on Lee Hill Road, which was in use since 1974. You can learn more about the facility and see photos on the city's website. While the fire training facility is celebrating its grand opening, 2 other city facilities are celebrating their 100th birthdays. Barker Dam and the Boulder Canyon Hydroelectric Facility opened on August 4, 1910. Barker Dam and the first companion hydroelectric power plant were built by a predecessor of the Public Service Company. The project was one of the first high-pressure hydro plants in the country and Boulder's first source of electricity. Currently, the city owns a total of 8 hydroelectric facilities, which together generate about 46 million kilowatt hours of electricity annually. The city collects about $2 million in hydroelectric revenues each year, which reduces water bills for all city customers. Most recently, the Boulder Canyon Hydroelectric Facility received a $1.18 million grant from the Department of Energy to modernize the facility. The modernization efforts, which should be complete by 2012, will increase power generation efficiency by about 30%. To learn more about the city's reservoirs and hydroelectric facilities, visit the city's website. You can connect with Inside Boulder News on Facebook by submitting news tips and questions. Just search for City of Boulder Channel 8. That's all for this edition of Inside Boulder News. I'm Andrew Barth. Stick around for more Inside Boulder right after this.